Hi everybody, welcome to this free video playthrough for the tournament and division that is displayed on screen right now. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, totally free to do so, and that helps me out on YouTube. Timestamps for all of the holes used in the description down below. Remember to tweak according to your club's balls and play style. Now remember, there are some old shots maybe in this playthrough, and if so, you will see the old ball attribute levels. So remember that these have now doubled in the game. Remember to keep checking the channel for more Golf Clash content. Good luck, here we go. With this wind angle being predominantly tailwind, we can send it to green with a berserker. We're going to set up at P10 max rest with APOC 5 and 6, the blue ring touching the rough on the left. Obviously different levels of APOC will have different ring references. APOC 4 you'd have to stretch out a couple of rings into OP and then of course push up those rings after you adjust. We're going with 5.8 top spin, no side spin, and we're going to make our adjustment, which is maximum distance with 0 elevation. And because we're using a power 10 ball, we're going to use power 10 numbers in our wind app. You see here I have to zoom in to get rid of the trees out of my view, so just 5 rings first and then the remaining rings after that, and those pulls are both to the bullseye. You should try and do the same. Then it is time to take our shot. We go with full overpower and no curl. It is a slightly slower needle with APOC 5+, so a decent chance of hitting perfect. This ball will then bounce very nicely in the middle of the fairway, and the top spin and the tailwind angle takes us beyond the bunker and approaching the green for an EB school wedge. If you've got more top spin, by all means, use it. This short par 4 will require you in most brackets to get to green and secure the eagle in all wind angles. In this slight tailwind angle, we can use a kingmaker. In headwind though, a luminary or a higher power ball would be necessary. We're going to play with 0.4 backspin and 3 bars of left spin here. And I'm setting up as shown with Apocalypse level 5 and 6 at the top of +8 yards. And you could see the ring references there. Make sure to convert your starting plus yards and ring references if you are using a different driver. This one plays uphill, so we're going to go max minus 15% elevation, power 6 numbers, and we're playing without a wall curl to the left. Full overpower, it's a slightly shaky needle. Of course, if you then switch to a higher power ball, you will have a slower needle, but we're getting down to fringe for an easy wedge. With the tailwind here, we can actually drive ourselves to wedge range with a Titan. We're going with the red ring touching the rough on the right, APOC 5 and 6 at P6 max rest. I'm going with 6 top spin and half a bar of left spin. Extra mile 8 would be fine here. You would need to push up a few yards after your setup and adjustment though. But if you've got more top spin available, by all means use it. You could also try extra mile 9 here as well. But at the moment I've just gone with APOC 5 and above. Adjustment is max +0, power 6, full overpower. It's a slow needle. You can, if you don't have any extra top spin available, push up a few rings to get closer to the green, but I was still within wedge range here and Embringer School was working nicely for me. Obviously you can also go with a higher power ball to push the ball down there even further. There's plenty more distance you can get off this one, but either way it's an easy wedge. Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there. Over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join. There are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash. Par 5 here, and you need to take care on both the drive and the approach to give yourselves a good chance to drop this shot. We're going with APOC 5 and above, 4 top spin and 3 right spin. It's top of +10, red ring touching the rough. You can actually play this with APOC 4. You can also play this with extra mile 8 and maybe even 7 as well. Obviously you would have different ring references and starting plus yards. But keeping it simple for the APOC players here, APOC 5 and 6, adjust max +0, and then we're going to go with 0.9 ball curl to the right, and I'm going with just before circle drop overpower, and we want to swing this ball round the fairway in between where the bunker juts out from the left hand side to the right, and just park up in the middle of the fairway there at that narrower area. Drive distance around 356. Now you can see here we're going to be in wood club range, but it's a bit bumpy, so we've got to find a decent landing spot. I'm pushing up rings from min, so I've got room to adjust. Then I'm going to add my spin. You're always going to need left spin here. I would only play this ball with a side spin 6+ ball. I'm going with 4 back spin and left spin as needed to line the ball guide up with the hole. You might need to zoom in so you can see the ball guide and the pin, as well as, of course, your spin box. So here it's just before 2.5 bars of left spin, but it will depend on your wind angle and where you finish up with your drive on this hole. Leaving the ball guide short, and we're playing rings from min. I pushed up about 8 rings, so it's going to be approximately 20% on the slider. Instead of playing 10%, which I did in the video, I would recommend you play this with 5% elevation. But again, this is only a guide, and the setup will vary dramatically based on the wind angle here. The terrain is very bumpy and the hole is tricky. So if you can dial this one in, then it's going to be an absolute boost to your scorecard. Perfect ball away, the spin grabs nicely, but like I say, just misadjusted, but a tweak, and you should drop this one. If you're feeling brave in tailwind, you could have a go at blasting this down to the green, but that fairway is by no means flat, so I'm going to suggest a layup in all wind angles. In this crosswind angle, we're playing with the quarterback, 3 top spin and 2 right spin, white ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +10. We're then going to adjust maximum distance, 0 elevation, but I'm using power 0 numbers. Okay, so it's less than usual. That's because this shot does play slightly uphill. I'm playing with power 6 numbers, and any more elevation was over adjusted. So max +0, power 0 settings with the quarterback, centre the ball and hit perfect. This is going to set us up very nicely for a rough bump, a backspin approach with our short iron. You can see here, taking the slope down the fairway, it's curving to the right, that's going to be absolutely fine. Now on the approach here, you are going to see me move around a little bit to try and see if you can see the funnel with the ball guide. Unfortunately, it doesn't present itself very obviously at all with the Thorn level 9, but I'm playing with 2 bars of backspin and aiming deliberately right of the pin. You can see that second bounce on the green square dividing line to the right of the pin. Now that's because the green slopes down from the fringe on the right down to the pin, and there's kind of a mini funnel down here, but you've got to try and take a practice or token or two to find it. I'm playing true club distance here, and I estimate this to be 75% of my club distance, 20% elevation. Small tweak needed in this wind angle, a little bit of curl, a couple of clicks of left curl, and we'd have got that one in, but that's my recommendation. If you are with us as a free Patreon member, you will be sent out these companion sheets. We've got the general elevations for the holes used in the tournament, and also our tournament note sheets. Divided into 9 segments, you can write in your elevations and adjustments as you go throughout the week. And if you want even more perks, you can join us as a paid member over there on our Patreon as well. Link in the description down below. Got close on this par 3, but it's a very tough hole and we'll need a lot of tweaks depending on your wind angle. We're going to start with a basic ball and add our spin. We're going with 8 bars of backspin, and then we swap to a kingmaker. The reason I do that is so that I don't inadvertently add any hidden or one click either way of side spin. Once we've done that, it's time to find our landing position. We're going to have the first bounce where the fringe meets the green, and the second bounce at the corner of the green square. You can see it is just over 2 full green squares right of the pin and around 1 green square high. Pause the video and make some notes. There will be a small tweak needed here because this is a close miss in the video, but it is something to build on and work from. Playing with the Guardian, and we're adjusting mid +20, power 6 numbers, and then don't forget to do this last bit because it is important. We are going just at the point where the circle drops as our overpower reference. So circle drop overpower, that is to combat the headwind that we have, bouncing on the fringe and the spin grabs, just missing this one slightly high and left of the pin. On the drive on this par 4, we're going to bounce over and set up for a rough bump. But bear in mind the fairway is not entirely flat, so you need to adjust accurately and set up in the right point so that you don't get a weird bounce. We're going with 5.8 topspin and 3 left spin. I'm at +5 with APOC 5 and 6, and I'm aiming on the flat part in the middle of that fairway just before the mound on the left and the right. You can see if you aim further up, you're going to catch an uphill slope and you're going to lose distance on the shot because of the high bounce. So it's all about finding the fine details here on this drive. Maximum distance -10 because we are playing uphill, and then I'm going with a little bit of overpower and half a ball of curl to the left. You will need to take some tokens, get something dialed in different wind angles here. This is going to be a really sensitive hole where the details are crucial to get consistency, not just on the drive but also the approach. Drive distance 365. Second shot, I'm making a sand check here with my bullseye +2 at the top of the bunker in line with the pin, and then I'm going to go for a rough bump. Very close on this one, and I'm going to give you a tweak based on my miss in the video. Max topspin with the thorn, and we're going to aim with the top of the yellow ring touching the rough and the ball guide going just through the hole, favouring the right side of the cup. And the reason I aim like this is because we're going to adjust slightly down the slope and lose distance. For a +2 sand check, this is a tweaked adjustment based on the miss in the video. I would like you to play 14% slider, 0 elevation. Now you can play this one in tailwind and headwind as well, but you would need to compensate accordingly with your setup points because you're going to pull either onto the green or further down the slope and lose distance in that case. So it is one where some tokens are needed. Perfect ball away. I do like the rough bump approach though. Small tweak and you should get in for your eagle on this tough par 4. I got very close on this par 3, but a small tweak needed to the aim to get this one to drop, but shouldn't be too hard to do. We're going with 2.9 backspin and 1 bar side spin to the left, and we're playing comfortably in mid-distance of our sniper. Aiming on that nice flat part of the fairway, and I'll give you a little zoom in on the ball guide here, but we're wanting the ball guide to be short of the pin, and I just favour the right edge of the pin here. It's short by about 1 green square, but you will need to tweak the aim according to how much I missed on the video, and I believe I missed this slightly to the left hand side, so I would tweak the aim either to the right, or you can put a personal tweak in and correct with an adjustment or a minor pull angle variance, but obviously the aim point is the simplest thing to tweak. Adjusting mid +10 power 0 numbers, and we're going just before circle break under power because of the tailwind angle. It's bouncing where we aim, second bounce just past the fringe, but we're just missing on the left hand side, but a very nice speed indeed on this par 3. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. We have a nice tailwind angle here on this hole, so we're going to drive to green with a berserker. Now I've actually got the Oakmont golden shot ball here, but the wind range I've given here is still absolutely in mid range of the berserker, so it doesn't matter if you don't have that ball, but if you wanted to use one, then you want the wind push and it will give you a bit more than a berserker. It's obviously up to you, get a bit of precision as well. So we're at P10 max rest, red ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6. And then I'm adding my spin, 5.8 top spin and 1 bar side spin to the right. Then I adjust max +0, power 10 numbers, and with APOC 5 and 6, I'm then pushing up 3 rings. That is equivalent to 10 yards if you have different club accuracy. Then it's full overpower. It's a little bit shaky, which is why the Precision 2 comes in handy. But I think there is room for a single great left and right with this large fairway. We catch the bounce very nicely, and we just trickle down onto the green, and the slope on that green, even though it's huge, is going to funnel us down very nicely, and we will have an easy putt for our drop here on this nice tailwind angle. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.